How's it going, guys? My name is LongBarrel, and today we're going to be doing a Q&A. A couple days ago, I asked you guys to leave me some questions with the hashtag AskLongBarrel on my Twitter. If you guys are not following me on Twitter, then make sure you go follow me right now. The link will be down in the description. I have some questions on my phone that I picked out from Twitter. You guys have asked some pretty interesting questions, but I was actually looking forward to more real life questions so you guys can kind of get to know me a little bit better. But unfortunately, I got more of like, you know, the CSGO stuff and the gaming related stuff, which is okay. But I mean, I see a Q&A as a way of getting to know the person that you're watching. It makes people open up a bit more about their life and kind of share more things about themselves for you guys to get to know the person a little bit more. Alright, so let's not ramble for too long. Let's get on with these questions because this is a Q&A video, right? The first question comes from Hanzala. He asked me, do you prefer the Medusa or the D-Lore? Obviously, the D-Lore is my baby. I've been grinding for it for pretty much my entire CSGO career, well, like half of it basically, and obviously the D-Lore is going to be my favorite. I particularly don't really like the Medusa. I think it's a little bit of a boring skin, and I just don't think that it deserves the rarity that it has right now. My next question comes from Ire. He asks, what got you into CSGO? Now, this is a pretty funny story because back in 2014 in April, I was actually still in grade 11 at the time. And one of my buddies actually decided to build a computer. And after he built the computer, a couple of more of my buddies decided to get Counter-Strike Global Offensive and start playing the game. Back then, it was still a little bit, you know, fairly new. It wasn't really something big at the time. It wasn't anything that it is now. But I actually decided not to get the game. I didn't want to get the game at all whatsoever, just because I thought it was a shitty game, and I didn't really want to play it. I didn't want to invest my money into it. So he decided to buy me the game instead so I can play with them. And here I am today, what, 2.5 years later, maybe more, playing this game and making videos for you guys. Alright, so the next question comes from Thomas Gray. He asked me, how do you get better at CSGO and how should I practice? So obviously I do make tutorials. You guys all know that. I personally think that they're a really good way for beginners to get better. And even if you're not a beginner, you can pick up some tips and tricks from my videos. I'm not trying to boast or anything like that. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I just think that the videos that I put out, they are especially made for people to get better. And if you want to get better, just watch my tutorials. Theodore Milan, or Moran, I should say, he says, how old are you? I'm 19 years old, if you guys can tell. Now, my next question comes from Chandler. He asks me, how long did it take you to get to the skill level and rank you are right now in CSGO? How difficult was it? It took me, like I said, what, 2.5 years now that I've been playing this game, and I'm pretty sure I've only started to take it seriously maybe about a year or so is when I started really to grind and play this game like a lot. It was pretty difficult in terms of like putting in all the hours of practice, but I can't really say that this game is difficult. I will say that this game is a highly skilled game, and you definitely need to have a lot of persistence with it because, you know, obviously you're going to grind this game, and that's all this game takes is just dedication, time, and grinding. To answer your question, it wasn't really difficult, but it was more of like the grueling hours that I had to put into the practice and just kind of playing the game itself. So Laser Effect 11 asked me, how long have you played CSGO? Like I said, it's around like 2.5 years. I started in April 2014. For my next question, McFeathers asked me, what's your favorite game besides possibly being CSGO? Currently, I don't really have any other games that I play a lot. I'm pretty sure I haven't got into another game in a very long time. Ever since I started playing CSGO all the time, it's basically been just CSGO for me, exclusive. I mean, I was a big COD fan back in the day, and I still to this day play a lot of Call of Duty. Not necessarily to kind of, you know, progress in that game, just more in the sense that just kind of if I ever want to play something more casual, like, you know, like a game of COD and kind of trying to get a nuke or something, I'll do that. So David Nobarak asked me, sorry if I butchered your name by the way, how did you become so good at CSGO? Are there any community maps to help with aim/nades? Like I said, watch my videos. I put out a lot of community maps that I think are really worth your time. So if you want to go through my tutorials, pretty much all the maps that I ever play are going to be in those tutorials. And I actually forgot to answer your first question, which is how did you become so good at CSGO? Like I said, you know, hours of practice, hours of playing. It's, you know, 2.5 years, 3,000 hours in the game it's not a joke. So Doodles asks me, one of the most asked questions ever on this channel is, do I have any plans on starting a trading series like Road to Hell or something? In my opinion, I think that at this stage, trading is just not what it used to be. Trading is way past its grave just because of the whole gambling and all these websites coming in. That trading just became a waste of time. There are other ways of getting money in this game, and unfortunately at this point I just don't feel like wasting my time on trading. And I think for me personally, trading is done, and I just want to focus more on like the gameplay aspect than, you know, the skins aspect of the game. So Leo Nunez asked me the same question that I've been asked before: when you start playing CSGO, and what type of equipment do you have? So I'm going to answer the second questions because you already know the answer to the first question. Equipment I have is currently I'm using the AT2020 from Audio Technica, which is for my studio mic. It has a boom attachment, a pop filter, an arm, and everything. For my webcam, I use a Logitech C9 something, C920. I think that's what it's called. For my recording device, I've been telling this to everybody, but to people who don't know, I use NVIDIA Shadowplay. I think it's a really great system to use to record. It captures HD everything, but unfortunately it does have its problems with its audio and everything. I guess if when I stream, I also use OBS. My editing software is of course Vegas Pro 12, and that's pretty much all of my equipment. So Sebastos asks me, what are the specs on your PC? I'm not going to list out all of my specs, but instead I'm going to actually leave it on the screen for you guys right now. So that's my specs. Hope you guys looked at them. And for my last question, actually comes from Andre. He asked me, would you be able to add me on Steam and tutor me on CSGO, please? Unfortunately, at this time, I am not offering tutoring service or one-on-one service or teaching service, anything like that. I try to do this for the community by making tutorials for you guys and kind of showing you guys how to play the game that way. But as of right now, I don't think I'm going to be able to offer tutoring service just because right now it's not something that I want to be focusing on. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is going to be the end of my Q&A. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'm definitely going to do more of these Q&A videos, but hopefully for next time, I'm going to be able to do more of like in real life stuff. So of course, this was a Twitter Q&A. If you guys didn't get a chance to ask me questions this time, hopefully you guys will be able to get another chance at asking me a question next time. Maybe I'll be running like a YouTube Q&A instead of a Twitter Q&A, so get a little bit more questions, because obviously not everybody has Twitter and everything. So I'm not gonna ramble for too much, guys. My name has been LongBarrel. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and remember, be water, my friends.